everybody, it is X64 back again today with another video. And yeah, I'm finally back after what, like 2 to 3 months without uploading the second part of this series. Yeah, I've been pretty busy to say the least, with school and other crazy shit in my life happening that YouTube was just pushed off to the side because it really wasn't that important at the time. And yeah, I did promise to conclude this series by the time the game released. And if you're looking at the upload date of this video, then yeah, you can kind of tell that I've been a bit off. Just because everything just decided to pile on top of me at once, I just didn't finish it. But now that the game is out, I can finally talk about things I got right and wrong with the last episode, as well as try and predicting the remaining DLC fighters, because that's kind of the base of this episode. So with that out of the way, let's recap on what character predictions I got correct and what I didn't. Starting off with a recap of last episode, I predicted the Echo Fighters would be Dixie Kong, Shadow, Isabelle, and Ken Masters would be playable. As for the newcomers, I said Incineroar, Bandana Waddle Dee, Skull Kid, Karate Joe, and Gina would be playable. And, now that you can take a look at the final roster, things I got right were that Isabelle is her own character instead of an Echo, Ken is an Echo, and Incineroar is a newcomer. As for the rest, well, they all got deconfirmed. Shadow is an assist trophy, Skull Kid's an assist trophy, and the rest are spirits for the moment. But that's just the base roster. 2 out of the 6 DLC fighters have already been revealed, being Piranha Plant as a pre-order bonus for the game, and Joker from Persona 5 being the first character from the Fighters Pass to be announced, at the Game Awards even. So with that said and done, let's get into the real topic of the video, being my predictions of the remaining DLC characters to be announced. Now, the DLC fighters have already been decided by Sakurai and Nintendo respectively, and since they were decided by Nintendo, it's kind of difficult to assume whether or not the majority of their choices will be third-party characters, or even franchises and companies that have pretty tight connections with Nintendo to get their own character in now. As well as the Treehouse staff claiming that Ultimate's DLC will be a must-have for fans, and Reggie saying this much at the Game Awards.
Amazing. All right, so you said Challenger Pack 1, so these are the DLC fighters that will come out next year?
Correct. Yeah. And so this gives you a flavor of how we're approaching the DLC. So the DLC, there's going to be 5 characters. Each character will come with a stage. It'll come with a collection of music. Yeah. These are going to be characters that are new to the series, just like Joker from Persona 5, yes. Characters that you would not anticipate to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We're super excited about this. Yes. The fans can go and they could get the Fighters Pass to get all of the 5 fighters that'll be coming to the series. We're tremendously excited.
So, clearly there is a lot of hype inside the company brewing up about these DLC characters, and starting off with Joker really sets the bars high when it comes to them. So now that we know the majority will most likely be third-party reps, thanks to Reggie clarifying that, I've decided that for my predictions on the remaining 4, I'm going to do just that, and have all 4 characters be third-party characters. And one final rule I'd like to mention before we begin is that all these characters will be from the ground-up newcomers, not Echo Fighters, as Sakurai mentioned himself in the final direct, that all of the 5 DLC characters will be newcomers. So I figured I'd clarify that so I wouldn't get swarmed in the comments. And don't expect these to be true, as Reggie claimed that they're all going to be off-the-rails choices. Nothing too predictable or easy for us fans to discuss and predict ourselves. But this is what I think could possibly happen from a company standpoint. So let's get started with the first character being Now, Monster Hunter might not be the most internet-shattering pick, especially revealing this character right after Joker, and I know that, but I still think that maybe for a calmer announcement they could reveal Monster Hunter as the next playable character, and I really think that the avatar of the series has a chance. The series had its Nintendo debut on the Wii, and then really picked up the pace on the 3DS, and has seriously rose in popularity ever since. Even as going as far as getting a Mii costume in Smash 4, which in return would continue the trend of people who got a Mii Fighter outfit in Smash 4 getting a character in Ultimate. The series is also really connected well with other series in the form of crossovers, and a really great example of such is even in Smash Ultimate to begin with, being that Rathalos, I would say the most iconic character outside the Avatar, the most iconic monster in the series, being Rathalos the Dragon, is an assist trophy as well as a boss, which I still think is really bizarre that they would just add the boss of this series that's super well known and not add the playable character because of the heroes versus villains trend in the game. Monster Hunter World also saw a launch this year, being a critically acclaimed game in the series, as well as 2 more titles launching in the 3DS in the time where Ultimate's roster was still being developed. So that's why I think that this character has a chance. I think that there are a lot of reasons pointing towards Monster Hunter getting in, and I really don't understand why the character wasn't revealed in the base roster, but yeah, I still think it's got a chance for DLC. Some may think that Crash's inclusion might not be as big as many think, but I think that including one of the 90's most iconic platforming mascots would be a pretty groundbreaking reveal. Sony's mascot would be a fantastic addition to the Ultimate roster, as this icon would be added alongside the rest of gaming's most recognizable characters, and he's got a pretty huge following to back up the claim. Crash saw the Insane Trilogy, releasing on all 3 major platforms in 2017 and 2018, including the Nintendo Switch, as well as the recently announced Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled to appear on, once again, all 3 major platforms, meaning that his addition could be a big push for sales on both games on the Switch as well. And there would be zero problems when it comes to creating a moveset for him, taking aspect from all 3 original titles with his moveset from the 3, including his basic movement and spinning attacks, as well as Aku Aku in some shape or form, maybe in a Final Smash, and maybe even Coco or Cortex appearing as an assist trophy. And speaking of 90's most iconic platforming mascots, Banjo and Kazooie have received so much attention and demand over the years to both be added to Smash Ultimate as playable characters, and to actually have a chance at reviving its series from the former glory on the Nintendo 64. The big issue that was in the way for the longest time, though, was that, as many of you may know, both the bear and the bird are now owned by Microsoft, as the company bought out Rare, which is the people that made Banjo and Kazooie, in 2002. Causing all future titles, well, actually one title, to appear on the Xbox family of consoles. This alone caused many to be shut down on the dream, but nowadays, Microsoft and Nintendo have been pretty buddy-buddy to one another, and have seen games like Minecraft, Rocket League, and Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch when it comes to cross-platform compatibility on both of the consoles, and of course other things not including games. People are also pushing for the franchise to come back as well, makes sense, and with the current pace of iconic games from the past getting remade into the current generation, if Microsoft recognizes the trend combined with the fan attention for the duo, then there is a chance we can see a revival for the franchise. And of course, with this in mind, that could be a good sales investment if the game's been in development and is being planned to release in either 2019 or 2020, where there could be an announcement for the duo to be playable in Smash Ultimate with a brand new design to them on the new game that revolves their brand new installment, especially seeing as how the estimated arrival of all the characters in the Fighting Pass to be early 2020. So yes, this could still be a possibility. Here comes the big one. Now, there's been a lot of talk about a Square Enix rep being present in the game ever since June, with the well-known leaker Vergben spreading rumors about supposed characters that would be present in the game, and a Square Enix character being represented was talked about quite a bit. So, it would seem that, yeah, we're gonna get some sort of representation here, and everybody jumped to the conclusion that it was Geno, and with him practically getting shut down at the launch, the community started to think of other characters that would maybe suit the slot. Sephiroth, Sora, and the hero from Dragon Quest were all talked about briefly up until Joker's announcement, and now leading people to believe that there will be a Dragon Quest representation since they're going for wildcard choices. But I have to disagree. I think that a real wildcard choice would be Chrono, the protagonist of the beloved RPG Chrono Trigger, as the Square Enix rep. There is a strong fan base behind Chrono Trigger for the ones who have played it, and its support over the years hasn't been that big from Square, but maybe big enough to possibly push this dream to become a reality, with the game seeing ports to mobile in 2011 and 2012, as well as a port to Steam that came out this February. this wouldn't be a crazy internet shaker, at least I would think so, but I think that it would still get a lot of attention by people if it happened. And I think Chrono's got a better chance than, say, Sora, which might anger some, but hey, these are my thoughts. And that pretty much concludes my thoughts on who I think is going to be present for the DLC fighters in Fighters Pass for Smash Bros. Ultimate. I know that maybe to some these picks might not have been the most wildcard-esque as Nintendo is portraying them to be, but hey, these are my opinions, so feel free to agree and disagree by all means. The other thing that really matters to me at this point, though, is that I'd really like to see Chrono present, as Chrono Trigger is one of my favorite games of all time and has a real personal mark with me, so I'd be overly excited to see that game be recognized in Smash. But also, you know, if my long-lost son could ever manage to be found as well, that would be rather nice. But, you know, I'll just sit back and relax as I main Meat Gunner now, because that's all I have left in this world to do, because Skipper are a bunch of tards. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed today's installment of predicting Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This might be my last episode on the series. I'm honestly not too sure. Unless they announce like a Fighters Pass 2 or something, then maybe I'll consider doing another video on it. I don't know. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed today's video once again. And with that, this is Exode64, signing off.